In the past few months, we've seen a lot of maps with source 2 naming found in the game files according to Aqua is Missing on Twitter. He made this original post on July 2nd, but recently, just 2 days ago, we saw that one of the devs just loaded up DE_Cobble_S2, presumably being a source 2 version of the map, alongside all the others we've seen, and this has actually been worked on for many months. So today, let's figure out what all this means and if Cobble is actually coming back to the active map pool. So as always, if you do enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Help your boy get to 50k, and check out how to get a free $5 trading your skins with the sponsor Skins Monkey.
Hi you! Yes, you! Would you like to get $5 for free for your first trade? Just use skinsmonkey.com and get your extra skins. See description below to enjoy the special promotion and receive 5% cashback for trading your CSGO skins.
Okay, so first off, we have to note that with the 6 maps that we previously saw in what we can assume is source 2 naming, they aren't all competitive maps. Short Dust is Wingman, Italy is a casual hostage map, Lake is Arms Race and Wingman, but we do have Inferno and Overpass being in there as well. So it seems like active duty maps are being worked on as well, assuming this is source 2, and if it isn't, they're still being worked on in some way. So the good news is, it seems like Valve hasn't given up on what I assume is source 2 versions of the map and just working on the game in the source 2 engine. I mean, what else could S2 mean? But this version of Cobblestone, since Cobble isn't an active map anymore, it's only a Wingman map, it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to see it in the active duty pool again. But Valve working on it is obviously a very good sign that it's a possibility, because I mean, that map has not been updated in a very long time as far as I know. But now you might be worried. If Cobblestone is added back to the active drop pool and it can be played in majors and everything, aren't Souvenir Dragonlores going to be a lot less rare? I mean, we saw, I believe, around 2,000 Souvenir Desert Hydras unboxed from the packages in the last few majors. Suddenly adding 2,000 more Souvenir Dragonlores would be awful for anyone that owns one. But the good news is, we have to remember that during Riptide, Valve added 4 new collections to existing maps, the 2021 Dust 2, Mirage, Train, and Vertigo collections, all with completely new skins to their respective maps. And if Cobblestone gets added back to the game and is a map in the official pool, we'd most likely see this as well. But for this to happen, you would have to assume that it'll probably come with the next operation, where they'll add the new quote-unquote 2022 collections to existing maps, hopefully assuming it does come out in 2022, but just like we saw last time around, we'll just have collections named like, I don't know, the Cash Collection, the Cobble Collection, stuff like that, and they would have new skins. Now, something I overall just want to say about Source 2, or just a CSGO update that should be coming, is that Valve is happy to take as much time as they need with stuff like this. They aren't really on a strict schedule, as they've shown by releasing sticker capsules, saying they're going to get removed on certain dates, and then that date just ends up not happening, or they keep getting pushed back. It's happened with operations as well, but Source 2 has been talked about for years upon years, and we really have no clue if we're ever going to get closer to it, but these leaks show us that at least something seems to be being worked on. A guy named Ido, who I think I'm saying that right, is a well-known person in the CSGO development team, stated that Source 2 is just a bunch of system rewrites. For CSGO, we evaluate these new systems on their individual merits. Some CSGO rework is in the process, such as the UI that utilizes parts of Source 2, other systems might follow. Some Source 2 systems might never be right for CSGO. Now, note that this was a quote from 2017 as well, so it's very possible that we just never see the entirety of Source 2 released to CSGO at once, which I think is kind of what people expect at this point. Like, I doubt we'll ever just see an update just out of the blue and it's like, hey, Source 2 is here, now have fun. I don't think the entire engine is just going to be changed in one update. It wouldn't make any sense at all, and overall Source 2 just mainly seems to be a thing for developers to make changing everything in the game files easier. So don't get too hyped up for everything to just drop in a single update for Source 2. But this doesn't exactly mean that we'll never see graphic overhauls, a more up-to-date UI, just the game looking better overall and smoother gameplay and stuff like that. But I don't think it's ever just going to be all integrated at once in necessarily a Source 2 update. We might have big updates along the way with graphics overhauls, stuff like that, maybe something like the Panorama UI once again, but I don't really think we're going to see just a flat out Source 2 update. But to compare this to something we've actually seen devs say recently, in the matchmaking update, they stated that typically when we ship changes to CSGO's matchmaking system, the adjustments are small enough that we don't include them in our release notes. I assume part of this, for example, is that as far as I've seen, there's no longer a red trust factor message whenever you're playing, even though you might be getting into bad lobbies, and the trust factor concept probably still exists to some extent. It's not as obvious anymore, and they don't tell you that you have red trust factor. So it's like devs are always slowly working on stuff, whether we know about it or not, and even though these maps might be being worked on in Source 2, it doesn't necessarily mean we'll see the update all at once. Maybe we'll see some of the maps integrated in sometimes and they'll just have graphic overhauls or something along those lines, but I don't really think we're going to just see everything changed at one time, but that's just me. But beyond all that, I think that is going to wrap it up for this one. Let me know, what do you guys think CSGO is doing with all these maps and working on a map like Cobblestone again? Would it make sense to add it back to the active drop pool? Does CSGO need a bigger map pool? Be sure to leave a comment. And as always, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoyed this video, and check out Skins Monkey with that link at the top of the description. But for now, I'll see you guys next one. Peace.